Namaskara. Today we have with us Dr. Ravindranath Shanbaug, a man who has dedicated his life in making difference and inspiring others through his organization called Human Rights Protection Foundation. He believes in helping society to create a better world for everyone. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, could you briefly tell us about Endosulfan tragedy?
Endosulfan is an American molecule. It's a pesticide. It was introduced in the market in 1961 in America. It came to India somewhere in 1980. So as soon as it came to India, it was very popular, right from vegetables to paddy and all sort of pests. It was used. All the forests in three districts, Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, as well as Kundapur districts, they were converted into cashew gardens. And for cashew garden, it was a tea mosquito, what is called a tea mosquito. That was a pest. So they wanted to control it. For the control, this became very handy, and endosulfan was introduced somewhere in 1979, 1980. From then onwards, it's continuously sprayed for 24 years.
So, can you explain the sufferings of endo victims as a result of toxic effects?
Yeah, the first time we saw two patients in a place called Padre in Kasaragod, Kerala. One Dr. Mohan Kumar was there. He invited our Department of Pharmacology to do investigation. Why children are born like that? Why so much of cancer? In a 4 square kilometer area, 50 cancer patients. So we went there and camped there. We tested water, soil, everything we tested. We could not get any hard metal, what you call heavy metals. We could not get anything. But later on we found that it was due to some poison. And when we inquired, then they revealed us that a pesticide called endosulfan is being sprayed. That's aerial spray. Once you make aerial spray, naturally for 300, 400 acres of each garden, you can't go on spraying, manually. So aerial, by helicopters, they were spraying, and they found that it was very effective. So in fact, this is in one way concentrating on central nervous system. The nervous system, what we have, or any animal, oil soluble pesticides are very fast, they get absorbed. So here what we found, number one, neurotoxic. A nerve gets degenerated, and interestingly, we can divide how to help these children. If you want to ask me that question, that I will say, see, there are three ways of helping these children. One is, it's a genetically poison, in the sense, before the child takes birth. Not only that, even prior to that, just like in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, genes were spoiled. So we have identified through a Indian Council of Medical Research project, we have found that genetically it is affecting, number one. Number two, when the child is in mother's womb, especially 3rd week or 4th week of pregnancy, if you have water or anything contaminated with this pesticide, we have found that 100% the child will be abnormal or malformed. Number three, suffering is, according to us, out of 8,600 children we have identified in 3 districts, 70% have got epilepsy. So these epileptic children, they can't move, they can't even use bicycle, or can't drive, or can't even handle machinery. So they cannot have any income. See, this is how we can help them there. And other things, that I don't think technologically anything can be done. For example, physically handicapped, they can't move their limbs also.
Yes, sir. How do you differentiate endosulfan victims from polio patients?
See, polio patients and endosulfan patients look alike. No, there's absolutely no. Only thing is, CNS effects are more in endosulfan. CNS effects means number one, uh, schizophrenia. Schizophrenia means, in general term it's called madness. They don't know what they talk. This is one. Second thing is memory loss. They don't know, they can't remember anything. And third one is epilepsy. You must be knowing, it's a fits. It's a very dangerous sort of epilepsy. And fourth one, eye as well as hearing both get affected. Blindness as well as deafness. See, all these things because of the nerve. And that's one part. Second part is cancer. They're prone to get blood cancer as well as intestinal cancer. If those who drank the water, they'll get intestinal cancer. Those who breathe and all, they'll get most probably the blood cancer. And this is the second where you can help them. And the third one is they can't move. I don't think anything can be done, but manual things like stretchers or something, something has to be decided so that they can walk at least. These are the three areas where technologically we can help them.
Sir, how technology can help to detect endosulfan in water, soil and other things?
Yes. See, especially a lot of changes have come in electroencephalograph, just like what we have in ECG. To measure the brain waves, we have electroencephalograph. And using this in the hospitals right now, various types of epilepsy can be differentiated. But once we do a lot of experiment here, I'm sure, I have not done those experiments, but it can be done. So we can identify, number one, it can be a biomarker also. How to identify endosulfan victims, that can be done. And I'm sure if carefully people, if scientists work, they can identify that pattern of epilepsy, what that endosulfan children get. So once you get it, then we can have it, how to prevent it. See, epilepsy is nothing but there will be a focal generated, and either in the central nervous system or in the brain. From that focal, extraordinary powerful waves are coming out. So once those waves can be prevented right from at the focal point itself, they can be helped.
Sir, how many victims were found in Karnataka and other parts of the country?
In 52 villages of Udupi district, 192 villages of South Kanara District, about 205 villages of North Kanara District, totally about 8,600 children. And see, I can't say exactly how much right now, because every month 30, 40, 50 children die, and about 20 or 30 children they take birth.
How many more years will this effects be expected?
Yeah, it's about 30 years, I can say. Half-life of endosulfan molecule is 9 years. Half means from 1 kg of endosulfan, if it's found in the well, it will become 500 grams after 9 years. And after again 9 years, it will become 250. Again 125. So it will take about 30 years, according to me. 30 years it will take. For next 30 years, we have to help these children. We can prevent their birth, number one, and there, the technology has to be helped. I mean, it has to work. And I feel that we can't help them once, they are grown up. After 14, 15, 16 and all, they will be like that. And worst part is, their physiology is perfect. They live about for 50, 60, 70 years. The problem is, their initial stages, their parents can take care of them. Once parents die, we don't know what to do. Therefore, right at the age of 5 to 10 years, we have to treat them and we have to support them technologically.
So what one policy do you anticipate to rehabilitate people affected by endosulfan?
See, another endosulfan or any other pesticide, need not be only endosulfan. See, in Southern California University, in a Korea University also, they have found how to destroy this pesticide in the water. I have been trying for that, but I have failed. See, this technologically we can help there. Once you know the molecule, there are two ways of destroying it. One is chemically or otherwise microbiologically. So, if you put some microbiology, some microbes, they can destroy the pesticide. And this technique has been developed in America, Southern California University, and they are charging a huge, alumni for that. They say that we have to be paid for 300 crores and so. So, we can find it within India. That's possible.
What is the role of government and corporates in rehabilitating the affected?
Yeah, naturally, see what is called as CSR funds are there. So naturally, see they have to be there. It's only meant for helping people like that. People, in society, weaker section of the society, especially mentally retarded and physically handicapped are most weaker, weakest in the sense. Therefore, I feel that such funds can be used for the research as well as development of techniques.
This was all about endosulfan tragedy. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. It was indeed a pleasure.
Thank you.